All right, let's start, shall we? Let's just settle into our meditation posture. And check your feet and your sacrum, the legs in a cross-legged position. Make sure you're comfortable. Sacrum is upright. Hands in the meditation mudra. And the shoulders are over the hips. And just imagine your spine is made of a string of pearls of light stretching from the coccyx, from the base of the spine, all the way up through the crown of the head. And somebody is behind you, very gently lengthening your spine. And your ears are aligned with your shoulders. The head is slightly tipped forward. The eyes are down, looking along the length of the nose to a spot about an inch ahead if your eyes were open. Tip of the tongue and the roof of the mouth. Relax the jaw. Just bring our attention to the crown of the head and relax the scalp and the forehead, the eyes, the cheeks, and the jaw, the area around the mouth. And then move our attention to the back of the head and relax the scalp there. And then relax the ears and the temples. And you'll notice there's parts of your face that are further relaxing. Just relax the neck, the back of the neck and the shoulders and your back. And if you are sitting on a chair or an office chair or a couch or a comfy chair, try not to lean in to the back of the chair. We'll just hold ourselves up as much as we can, except if you're injured or sick. Relax the throat and the chest and the belly, shoulders, arms, hands, fingers, legs, the feet and the toes, and bring the mind to the breath. Just notice the sensation of the cool air as you're breathing in, sensation of slightly warmer air flowing out through the nostrils as you're breathing out. And bring the mind to all the people of your life, the ones you love, the ones you like, your friends, the ones who support and take care of you, the ones you don't like, perhaps you have them labeled as an enemy. And the strangers, and just remembering they're all equal in their wish to be happy and to never exactly quite finding it. They wish to avoid suffering and always being able to find that. This incredible ability of ours to become enlightened. So I just think we're doing this meditation this evening, this purification meditation, for their sake, for our friends, our enemies, and our strangers, all universal living beings, and for ourselves as we make our way along our spiritual path towards enlightenment. If there's any sounds in your external environment, just allow those sounds to be there. And try not to gravitate towards the sound or investigate it. And just watch the thoughts from today arise and abide and fall. And maybe there's something that happened today, maybe something occurred that you feel regret for. So sincerely regret from the depths of our heart anything that we have done today to harm another living being. yesterday, last week. And then think generally regretting any actions of our body or our speech that we can remember. Our mind. And the reason we're regretting is based on the logic of karma. We experience everything due to our past karma, our past actions. So having harmed others, we ourselves are going to necessarily experience suffering in the future. And we cannot bear the thought of future suffering that we are going to experience. We already know what that feels like. So logically, therefore, we remove the karmic seeds before they ripen into suffering, into future suffering for us. So think, I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body, my speech, broken my vows, because I do not want the future suffering. I'm sick of suffering. And also I regret all the anger, attachment, and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others. We just think, I'm really sick of suffering. So who can I turn to? So here we rely on, we take refuge into the Buddha, the doctor, who has the methods that we can use to purify. And it's not that we need the Buddha to forgive us. We're not asking for forgiveness. We're purifying ourselves by relying upon his methods. And this is a psychological purification process. We are using our mind to purify ourselves. So visualize Guru Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. And he's your guru manifesting in this aspect for your benefit. Your Lama, your teacher, your trusted mentor. And he's made of radiant, blissful white light, sitting in a cross-legged position on a lotus. This is a radiant, beautiful face. He has lotus-like eyes, and they're peaceful and full of love and compassion for us. He has this sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell, which represents wisdom. The right is holding a vajra, representing the indestructibility of compassion. Their being crossed represents the union of these two, which symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened by this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva. May I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So we like to develop compassion, and in order to do that, we need to rely upon other beings. So in this case, the very beings we have harmed and those who have harmed us. So think particularly, just maybe take your mind back to maybe if you caused any harm today, maybe that person, that sentient being, feel compassion for them. And then maybe anybody you've harmed in the past, and in general, all beings we've ever harmed since beginningless time. And then remember those who have harmed you. And we have compassion for them because they will suffer as a result of the harm that they've done to you. So make a strong aspiration to do this practice of purification for the sake of all these sentient beings, and think, I must purify for their sake. So next is the power of the remedy, and this is the actual medicine, doing the practice. So we'll start off with the purification of the body. And imagine Guru Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar quite forcefully from his heart, and it arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. It just pours into you until eventually it forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you have ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid, and this pours out of you, disappears into space, not one atom left as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawa Sidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sutta Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajra Mame Mudza Vajra Bhawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum. Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawa Siddhi Mebe Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawa Siddhi Mempe Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawa Siddhi Mimpe Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified, and think that there's no way you could do anything but be of benefit to others now with your body. Next is the purification of the speech. And again, Guru Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and forcefully enters your crown, filling your entire body, except that this time forces up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech. And this overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So imagine that all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech and the lying, talking badly about others behind their backs, all this is purified by the powerful nectar filling you as you recite the mantra. And I'll go a bit faster this time, Jay. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawa Siddhi Mebe Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawa Siddhi Mebe Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawa Siddhi Mimpe Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mipiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mipiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So again, feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified, and imagine it's not possible that you could do anything other than be of benefit to others now with your speech. How amazing. So the next is the purification of the mind. And Guru Vajrasattva this time very compassionately sends powerful beams of laser light, this time from his heart chakra. And this arcs around and enters your crown chakra and fills your entire being. And just imagine it's a similar analogy, when you walk into a room and you flick on a switch, turn on a light, that light instantly dispels the darkness in the room. So this is the same. The moment the light hits your heart chakra, the darkness of the negativity of your mind, all your attachment, all your neediness, the anger and the violence, depression, jealousy, wishing to harm, bitterness, are all instantly dispelled, not one atom left as you recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mebiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mebiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mebiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mebiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mebiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mebiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Again, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of our own suffering and the cause of why we harm others with our body and speech, are totally gone, completely purified. And think there is no space in your heart now for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. And the next is the purification of the imprints of negativity of the body, speech, and mind. So this time, just imagine Guru Vajrasattva very compassionately sending radiant light beams and also nectar. And you can visualize, you can imagine you're visualizing the previous 3 visualizations of the body, speech, and the mind. And if that's too busy, just focus on light and nectar. or maybe even just light, or just nectar, whatever works for your mind. And as the light fills you, just imagine that it completely eradicates even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from your mind as you recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mempe Yatsa Sawa Kama Sutame Siddham Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Siddham Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Siddham Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe. Now feel that you are completely purified. Not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to omniscience have been removed. And the fourth is the power of resolve, the fourth step in this process. And this is a really crucial step. This is the determination to not harm with our body, speech, and our mind again. And without this determination, we're going to continue to do the same old things, the same old habits, follow the same old patterns. So we just make a decision. It's just like flicking on a switch. I'm going to try and refrain from harming. So maybe think of something specific. Perhaps it relates to something that happened today or this week that you would like to work on. You can think, perhaps I won't do this thing for five seconds or 5 minutes. Maybe it's something mental, psychological thing that you need to work on. Think to myself, I won't do this between the time I go to bed tonight and the time I wake up tomorrow morning. And you won't, because you'll be asleep. But don't think of something that's going to be too difficult, that you'll just end up not keeping the promise that you've made to yourself. So just be reasonable and know what it is you're able to do. But this determination to try and change, to even make a plan, gives us a structure and a sort of the courage to be able to change. So imagine Guru Vajrasattva is delighted with us, wanting to merge with your mind. He melts into white light. It just kind of dissolves into you through the crown of your head, and you think, my Guru's body, speech, and mind Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind are the same thing. LAMA YESHE used to call this union oneness. So next, Lama Rinpoche recommends to meditate on the emptiness of the three circles. Emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. So place your mind in that emptiness for just a little moment. So thinking perhaps all phenomena are empty, they do not exist from their own side. Perhaps thinking of things as being dependent arisings. And maybe also just think for a moment, perhaps things don't exist the way we think they do. Perhaps from another angle, another perspective, things look different. Which means they can't be permanent, concrete, fixed. So now let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy you've created by doing this purification this evening to all living beings. And think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings as quickly as possible. And long life prayers, the wish granting for His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the wish granting, wish fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And for Lama Zopa Rinpoche, you uphold the subduer's moral way, who serves as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjunath's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplishes magnificent prayers, honoring the three jewels, savor of myself and others, your disciples, please live long. And for Lama Ursel, Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us and intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please live long. And for Geshe Sherem, be a beloved teacher, leading your students toward wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path. You are the unequaled guide. Please live a long and stable life. So there we are, gone like a dream. Another week, and we're almost through November. I can't believe it. It's just super crazy how fast everything's going. Anyway, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much, Mary, for hosting. And thank you for coming. And thank you for doing this practice with us. And lots of love, and stay safe. And I look forward to seeing you next week.